Hello everybody, my name's Aloy and I'm back and fired up to my adventure in Horizon 2 Forbidden West. And I got some explaining to do. So, so you might be wondering where we are. We're at the start of a story mission that I've done a good chunk of. I did go back, this is the beginning of it, but you see, what happened earlier was I started recording. And then halfway through my recording, I realized that I wasn't recording any of my audio. So unfortunately, I don't want a bunch of dead air in me just shifting around with. I mean, I didn't do much. I just simply went to the Tallneck, and I did do a cauldron. But I mean, there are multiple others, and also besides facing a a hippo like robot thing, you didn't miss much. Though I did do some epic moves on some giant, really buff robotic arms. They had some gains. Uh, Play the game for yourself. I highly recommend it just to see those gains on those robotic arms. But as for other content, I explained this at the beginning of the last recording, but since there was no audio, I should probably explain this again. As you can see, there may be some differences in terms of what I can do. Like I got some weapon skills and Valor Surge, which I have still yet to use, despite all my scenarios. I haven't been in too many battle scenarios for as long as I've had it. But you see, I got these after getting a lot of skill points from the various side quests I did. If this is anything like the last game in the last Horizon Zero Dawn, the side quests could have a substantial amount of weight to them later down the line. Now I want to get those in, but I also want them dragging. I don't also want to be dragging the playthrough out on multiple parts, just doing a bunch of side quests. So I decided that I'm going to be doing a sort of side playthrough where if it might be up by now, Horizon Zero Dawn side quest 1, where where it's basically all the side quests I did in the Daunt. I didn't want to do any more of the area I done in part 4, besides a little bandit camp, but it really wasn't much. It was just simply me fighting a bunch of dudes. It was cool though to see more of the since I developed a bit more of the combat with finding a couple more skills. But you'll see plenty of that. Hopefully, when going through these episodes, going through this episode, maybe, or maybe just story from how it went. Um, and of course, it won't be all the side content. It's just gonna be mostly side quests, like with characters and such, like collectibles and like little things like maybe the tall necks will be left ambiguous, and well, cauldrons. I probably will do one of those in the main playthrough when I get the chance. And also something that happened during the recording footage that had no audio from me at least. Was a salvage deal contract I apparently took to get some Shellwalker parts. And but besides that, once again, I'm not completely scrapping I'm not completely like abandoning side quests in the main playthrough. It depends on my interest in them, and interest in like certain things as we go along. But for right now, I'm going to be doing side quests in a like side series where if you want the story context, there will be no commentary because I can't do all this stuff. Because yeah, with all of them going on, I'm not going to be doing my usual commentary on them. It's just going to be side quests with no commentary. If you want the context of any characters that may or may not come back into the main playthrough, depending on how this goes in terms of how they constructed the game. Anyway, that was my little tangent. I had to go on real quick to explain what was going on, and now we'll get into a story that I've sort of experienced a bit, but I don't believe I experienced too much of this mission without you guys. So anyway, let's get into it. Like first, reading off this uh, data point. Oh wait, no, despite me literally just playing this, I completely already forgot that this is an audio data point, not a... Oh,
Poor Hades. So cramped in there. No room to think. You can't even speak. Now the processing orb of a Titan on the other hand. Well, you're used to that. But once I load you on that, you'll be so much more comfortable. Until interrogations begin anyway.
speaking of interrogations, you want the context for this? Feel free to listen to me read this thing. Interrogations log, day 1. Despite my concerns about missing couplings, it was relatively simple to install Hades on the detached processing orb. The subject appears to be fully conscious and completely helpless. Even so, it will never divulge its contents willingly. Ergo, it's time for some experimentation. Day 2. My initial attempts at coercing have failed, but patience is in order. It's self-aware, so it can suffer. All it takes is the correct stimulus at sufficient intensity. Day 5. Success. The irony is delicious. Various forms of data produce discomfort in the subject, but none more so than natural imagery, holographic representations of plants and animals work best. The more vivid, the better. The effect appears to be excruciating. One loop in particular of rabbits hopping through a field of flowers produce paroxysms of agony. Very soon, I believe, the subject will become compliant. Day 6. I've extracted some fascinating technical specs on Gaia's data, structure specifically, how her heuristic matrix interweaved with her subordinate functions. Yet the more I learn about the system's intended workings, and especially Hades' relative simple role as an extinction failsafe, the more I wonder about the signal that corrupted it. What could have possibly transformed a low-level machine intelligence into a fully conscious super entity capable of strategic planning, deceit, and even genocide? Some form of previously unknown Pharaoh software, perhaps? But I don't see how such technology could be sufficiently advanced unless further technical discoveries were made after the destruction of the biosphere, perhaps by survivors in Elysium? It all seems far-fetched. Back to the source then. Eventually Hades will tell me what I want to know. Day 7. It appears that my conserve efforts come at a significant cost. Hades' digital convulsions produce waves of feedback that corrupt its data structures, and the effect is accelerating. The interrogation is quite literally disintegrating its mind, piece by piece. By the time I'm done, there will be little left. No matter, the data I've extracted and will continue to extract is worth any price, as long as I can access it all before the subject becomes the electronic equivalent of a hollowed-out skull. Day 10. Finally, the revelation that I've been seeking has revealed itself, astonishing and terrifying, even to me. With it, seeds of a plan have formed within my mind. The next few months will test my capacities more than any previous challenge. I'll have to stretch my intellect, reach higher, and dig deeper than ever before. Yes, I'm confident it can be accomplished, with a little help, of course. Day 12. My work here is done. I've learned all I can. Hades deserves no pity, but is indeed in a pitiful state. It's time to relocate it to a more impressive position for its date with destiny. About that, Aloy still hasn't returned to Meridian, nor learned of my ruse, but she will. It's only a matter of time, and then the pieces will begin to fall into place. Okay, so that was that whole interesting story that I went. Alright, and now there's just this. Alright.
Aloy, consider this message a beacon to help guide you out of the fog of ignorance. Using explosives, I've detached the processing orb from the Titan overhead. A perfect cage for our mutual friend, Hades.
That was quite interesting though in the first time.
Cooperative. Tell her what we've discussed about the mysterious signal that gave you life.
Signal wayment for me. Signal was received for 7.5
safely rebooted. As for a way to find a backup, well, you'll need to trot along after me to find out.
Yep. Can do.
He thinks he's got it all figured out. Bastard. But I guess there's only one way to
Hades
find
in
out.
hell. I like that. The
Trail
message. Call quick mount.
So here
Come
I am,
on, Charlie the Charger. Let's go.
Silence like a fool. After he tricked me by rigging his lance to steal Hades. Crazy AI that wants to kill him. I just have to do the same
Yeah, I'm not dealing with
thing
you
to
assholes
destroy it.
again. Fuck that.
More self-righteous bull.
More self-righteous bull, indeed. Aloy.
How? Every place I've checked, every lead, they've all been dead ends. All backups purged.
Hold on, I have to stop here.
So what did Hades tell him?
Okay. I was worried about getting the Chargers to attack me, but I wanted to comment on this for the fact, because I did notice this. This is a metal flower. They were collectible from the last game, but as it stands, and as actually it has to do with the subordinate functions, which was commented in the data point, text data point, where the signal had made the subordinate function of Hades into a sort of more advanced, like fully conscious, personality-fueled AI, where its motives the idea of life made it suffer, and it wanted genocide, much like Hephaestus, who hated hunters, and commenting on Hephaestus, another AI that was a subordinate function to help Gaia make machines, also hated hunters, and specifically made machines to kill hunters. Actually, that kind of has something to do. That's actually relative to the cauldron I did, where it actually flashed like the Gaia symbol, and I don't know if at some point it flashed like Hephaestus to brand who made what, in terms of like Gaia, who made like machines like the Watchers and Chargers and the deer-like machine that were specifically for like foraging and like helping the biosphere. Where Hephaestus made the Sawtooths, Thunderjaws, and I don't know what else. But specifically, those machines were made to kill hunters, because it hated the fact that hunters were killing more of its machines, kind of like an artist complex, because it saw the machines as its art, maybe. I don't know, this is me taking a bit of a guess. And now we have the AI that hasn't been confirmed yet, but I highly believe is having to do with this. Because in the last game, there was metal flowers that were helping with the biosphere in terms of like pollinating plants, shit like that. And I do believe there was a subordinate function specifically for like the vegetation for the biosphere. And that is my personal belief, or at least this is what I shared in what I thought was when I thought it was being recorded, is what's going off the blight, like the red, like vine stuff that's poisoning people. I don't know why. Maybe like a poison ivy complex where it hates the fact that animals and people are like feeding off the plants, and it doesn't like that just as much as Hephaestus hates that the hunters are killing machines. So that was my personal thing that I just wanted to share real quick before we continue on. I just noticed that as I was going on the path.
Oh there!
No, shush. Actually, wait, no, not shush. There was something I bought last time. The Slicing Shredder Gauntlet. I will take that indeed. Yeah. Replace my Tripcaster for now. I'm not using that much until I get a certain.
See where this goes.
Indeed, let's see where this has already gone.
That must be the orb
At least for me.
stuck Hades in. From that door. Looks like a Pharaoh facility. Or a Zero Dawn.
Not the time right now. We're examining Hades. I'm gonna see if he's still in this big ball. Blew it up. Aloy died. End of story. But no, not really. We're in the mind space again, like the end of the last game when we activated the antivirus code with the master override. Except this time, we're just we're straight into Hades' head.
Hades? Is that you?
System threat detected.
You don't look so good.
You are the Aloy. Come to destroy me.
Yes. Permanently this time. Even like this, you're a threat to Gaia. Once I resurrect her.
So you have not yet secured Gaia backup. Then Gaia is dead. Earth and you too. Despite malfunctions, I have won.
Whatever helps you, whatever you want to feel at the end, man. Other subordinate functions. Any information on those?
When the mysterious signal transformed you, it made Gaia's other subordinate functions conscious too. You escaped when Gaia destroyed herself, but so did they. Where did they go?
Each function migrated to coordinates based on data error, memory structures disintegrated.
Bunch of crazed AIs, scattered who knows where, doing who knows what. Hephaestus kills thousands every year with the combat machines it keeps making. And you nearly ended the world. 7 more functions out there, cooking up trouble. It's not a happy thought.
You are unhappy. Good.
Anyone ever
dick.
tell you you've got a great personality, Hades?
Sarcasm detected.
Yeah.
At least you can get a couple laughs.
Sylens questioned you about the mysterious signal. The one that woke you, gave you consciousness. Who sent it?
Signal transmitted by masters.
And who are they?
Masters woke me to destroy earthly life.
Who would want that?
Oh, he does not sit down, please.
Memory structures disintegrated.
Or he's just having a migraine. Kind of sad, but you know, fucker tried to end the world, so who gives a shit about him? And of course, the obviously not going to be answered question.
Sylens asked you where to find a backup of Gaia.
Data error, memory structures disintegrated.
Right. Because that would have been easy.
I mean, hey, I like to ask questions, so who gives a shit?
What did Sylens do to you, Hades? It's like you've been hollowed out.
Silence interrogated me.
And what did you tell him?
Data error, memory structures disintegrated.
You don't remember any of it?
I remember you.
Oh,
What,
nice.
like me beating you at the spire. Okay. That's not going anywhere.
Probably doesn't know the answer to this question as well,
Do you know where Sylens
but I will
went?
ask it.
He departed 12.8 days ago. Perhaps data error, behavior prediction structures disintegrated.
So you don't know anything more than I do. Great. Do you know why Sylens dragged you to these ruins?
Silence impended. You find me here.
Obviously. But why? What was this place?
Location is where. Data error, memory structures disintegrated. My deathbed. He called it my grave.
But you... I guess I'll find out when I go inside.
I mean, it's pretty obvious what that means. He knows he's going to kill. He knows you're going to kill him, Aloy. Speaking of which,
Enough. It's time to finish this.
Does Aloy still think she can restore Gaia, save life on Earth?
Yeah, Aloy does.
because Aloy can, because she's fucking Aloy.
Extinction inevitable.
What would you know, Hades?
Okay, since you're bringing
Twice
up
you tried to
extinction,
destroy life on Earth, and twice you failed. The only extinction you ever brought about is your own. And there's no tricked out plans to save you this time.
You are incorrect. 3 times. Hades extinguished life.
What? You remember this?
Yes, data intact. Non-viable biospheres aborted in years 2154, 2161, 2168.
So, that's centuries ago. It's what you were designed to do.
Current biosphere is version 5. There will be no version 6.
There won't need to be. I'm saving this one.
just shut him up, Aloy. All he can do is bullshit. He doesn't even sound as cool as he did in the last game. He was much more terrifying. Now he's just more deep
Elisabet Sobeck, Alpha Prime.
and diluted.
Master override activated. Bridging extinction protocol.
Bye bye, Hades. You were cool in the last game, but yeah, we're using villains in this. Besides for the sub part of the story. Now on to new villains.
Aloy,
Or antagonists, if you want.
I see you
If anyone
dealt
really
with
wants to defend
Hades.
this fucker's actions.
Think maybe you can stay dead this time?
It will. You can trust.
Trust?
Yes. Trust. As in, since I did what you could never do, and extracted all of Hades' priceless knowledge, you can trust that I was willing to actually let you destroy it this time.
So back to holograms instead of face-to-face? What, afraid I'd stab you or something?
There's a reason
And using the same spyware. I see, so all those times I called, you could have just answered? But I guess you just prefer to go on spying all this time.
My world stopped revolving around you months ago, Aloy. I've had work to do. Countless hours of research, as demanding and time-intensive as it has been critical to the fate of this planet.
Right, of course. You're just trying to save the world too.
That's right. The difference, of course, is that unlike you, I've produced results.
Care to share?
Did you find a backup of Gaia or not?
Oh, yes. I believe I did.
Where?
Voila. Why do you think I summoned you here? Behind that gene-locked hatch lie the ruins of the ancient facility where the Hades extinction protocol was perfected. A testing process that ran hundreds of trials, each of them using a backup of Gaia.
Hades told you this?
It took some convincing, but yes. So, are you ready to go get what you've been searching for the last 6 months? Or are you just
Well,
going to
yes.
stand there with your mouth open?
Well, I think now as you bring it up, I'm gonna flap my gums and re-ask questions I've already asked. But for the sake of context and making sure everyone who's watching this knows what I know, we're gonna go through these questions again. Gaia backups. Wait, machine riders. But I think it's the most prevalent that question Aloy would ask first.
You mentioned you've been busy.
Because I still like to fit it in
But not so
like
busy you
the
couldn't
context of the
teach Tenakth
questions
rebels
within
to
the
override
context of the
machines,
character.
ride them as mounts.
Aloy, the only issue you should be concerned about is obtaining a Gaia backup. Perhaps if you focused more, you might actually see results.
That's not exactly a denial, Sylens.
Take it any way you want.
Okay. What about the mysterious signal? Heard you asked him about that as
Did
well.
Hades reveal the source of the mysterious signal? The one that woke it, tried to destroy life on Earth?
Yes, it did.
Care to share?
In due time. First
So no.
things first, Aloy. Last I checked, you still had a superintelligent AI named Gaia to reboot.
Yeah. The same Gaia who had to destroy herself 20 years ago because of the signal?
It stopped being transmitted years ago. It's no longer a threat.
What if it repeats?
It won't. Even if it did, well... The details are complicated, but the signal required Hades to take effect. Delete Hades from any backup you reboot, and Gaia's safe. Now stop wasting time. Go get a backup.
Okay. And as for the backups, just for extra confirmation.
Just to confirm, Hades said that there
And
were
also because it
backups
annoys
of
the
Gaia
shit out of
in
Sylens, probably.
Yes. Or were, anyway. 1,000 years ago.
Backups that didn't get purged when Ted Faro wiped every copy of Apollo.
Correct. According to Hades, this facility could not be accessed by remote signal. Not even Ted Faro could touch the data here.
Backups. Data complete, Gaia and her subordinate functions. Everything needed to reboot the system. Restore control over the terraforming system. Save life on Earth. And there.
So Hades said...
Okay, so I just realized something, and I'll say it after
So
they're done
what
talking.
are you waiting for?
Okay, so they're done. Good. So I just realized something. This motherfucker, Ted Faro, destroyed all the backups. Like, I know this has been stated, but I never really thought about it. Did the guy just want to erase human history? Like, he erased Apollo in... Like, it was established like, after he killed, like, all the higher alpha registries or something like that. Omega or something. The other people who helped build Zero Dawn, that he erased, he dumped out Apollo's, like, history of the human race, or knowledge information, so the humans in the future would have an blameless future or something like that, some bullshit like that. Why did the motherfucker erase Gaia? Like he didn't, but he erased her backups. But why? Why did he erase the backups that would help control the mechanics that have been built in mechanics that have now been built into the Earth along with the machines? Wow, that dude really was a fucking dumbass. I mean, Christ, forget about the logistics of erasing human history. He literally just erased backups of God, or the thing running the planet, keeping it alive. Wow. What a god. Like, he wanted to erase Apollo, but then he decided, oh, I'll just erase all the backups as well. Why not just erase the backups of Apollo? I mean, as Sylens just stated, Aloy could just erase, to secure Gaia's safety and the biosphere's safety, could erase all the backups of Hades. He didn't have to erase, like, everything of Gaia and her subordinate and all of her other subordinate functions. He could have just erased all the Apollo backups if he wanted to, but no. He's like, fuck all the everything. I'm Ted. Blameless future. They don't deserve our sins. Along with the biosphere that we went through all this bullshit after I fucked up with the Pharaoh swarm and made sure it end, and we did all this just so life on Earth would have another chance. And now I'm going to make sure that now that it does have a chance, it can also not be helped by the biosphere if anything should go wrong or something like that. Okay, that small tangent aside, let's get in.
All
So I can finally get into new content.
I'll search the facility for a Gaia backup. But just to be clear, Sylens, if this ends up being another one of your tricks...
It's a gene-locked hatch, Aloy. You're literally the only person who can open it. How could I set a trap inside?
Trick me again, Sylens, and our next conversation will be face-to-face. Though you won't have much to say, on account of my spear being buried in your throat.
Aloy, thanks to me, everything you desired Everything you've been fumbling about, unable to achieve for 6 months, is now within your grasp. Now, I know you didn't learn much about manners growing up a Nora outcast. But in a situation like this, you say, thank you. And I say, you're welcome.
What if I say thank you while my spear's down your throat? Would that be would that be close enough? Okay. Get a good old scan in. Oh no! I need some bullshit to take care of this.
Please step inside. Please step inside. Please step inside.
Are you kidding me?
I think we're in luck.
In luck?
New
The
tool.
door is completely messed up.
Obviously. But despite the malfunction, you can still get through. If you'll be
See if I
patient
can
for a
skip through
while
this.
longer. See those crystals there? The Osram call them fire gleam. They're combustible. Not nearly powerful.
Like blue
enough to
then,
blast
you know, it's
through
from
a
the
door
frozen
like
wilds.
But maybe just enough to jolt it open a bit more.
that. Exactly. It will only work with an igniter. I'm sending you the schematics now. To build it, you'll need some machine parts and the oil from a kindleweed plant. That only grows underwater, but you should be able to find some of the link. The parts are more complicated. You'll need a spark coil from within a Leap Lasher's power cell. Remove the power cell before you kill the machine, or else it'll break.
Got it. I have some deep water kindleweed. Just need to get the parts.
Hey, don't worry, buddy. There was your ass just fell off, and you won't need it anymore. Seeing the fact that you're dead. Now. Okay, good. Okay, just don't mind me. Just stealing your friend's shit, along with all his pieces and his heart.
Got the parts for
Thank
the
you.
Now I just need to
Gonna
build
take all
this
this
thing.
shit, and I'll be on my way. Bye. Oh, and also this real quick. Commenting on this. To give quick commenting on this. Triceratops robot, which we have not seen yet. So I'm sure it'll be very interesting to fight. Not as epic as a T-Rex, but you know, there's still dinosaurs, and it'll be very enjoyable to actually interact with one when we get to it. To get to it, we have to first get through this stuff that we've already been through. Ignite.
I'd step back if I were you.
Okay, and we're out of here. Here we go.
Finally. I think I'm in.
All right.
Yes. Proceed.
Bet I could use this igniter if I find more places with fire gleam.
Focus on the task at hand, Aloy.
Whoa! What happened to your patience, Sylens? I do believe I've had to give my fair share of patience when it came to finally getting back to parts where I have not experienced yet. Like here. And now let's get into it then.
This whole place is flooded. And there's another gene-locked door on the other side.
But
That's
of
where
course.
any Giai backups would have been stored. I have to find a way to get over there.
Alright, can do. But first, arrivals. Data corrupted February 1st, 2065. 7:11 a.m. Travis Tate. 7:11 Henry D. Long. What? What are these time frames for? Oh, arrival. Oh, it was title arrival. So I guess those are the arrival times of all of the Alpha Registry. Nah, I'm probably not getting my facts. I'm probably getting my facts. Members of like. I guess those are the arrival times of the people who made Zero Dawn at this
Well, this is familiar.
facility to test it out.
Making my way through ancient, crumbling ruins while you spy on me through my focus.
Stop waxing nostalgic and concentrate on finding a backup.
Why not? Why not, Silence, my man? It's been so long, and I'm so glad to be back in the world. But I wish this recording would be going a bit better. And I hope it. And I really want to get my mind off of this recording and just keep on believing that it's going well, despite how much I've already experienced. We're in new stuff now, and we're going to be staying in new stuff We.
My pullcaster might come in handy here.
Yes, it would, because we got it. And what the? Oh right, wait. Oh, okay. I was confused there. I just remembered I can't aim while I'm with my bow and arrow while I'm still in this whole thing. While I'm still don't have the upgrade for it. Yep. I can still be all sorts of epic with this podcast. Yep. Going over here. Opening up this
Might
thing.
be a good idea to drop that ladder.
Oh, down here.
Door's locked. There's some kind of device next to it.
Hmm. Oh, I did. I just went to the device the device I was about to go to in a few seconds. Because when it comes to me, I like to explore and never just go directly to what I need to. Hence why the side quest episodes are now a thing. Oh, we got some light in here. I think. Is that natural light? Oh wait, but this means Sylens could have gone in here and set up some fuckery.
What's above me?
We'll find out then, won't we? Yep, a cube! Yes, a cube. Perfect. Yep. Now, take whatever this is, then go down here.
What was this room for? Looks like there is another console that needs power.
Cube! Get up. And over. Dude, not close enough. Not close enough. I overestimated my ability in terms of jumping. And now. Okay. And stab it. So it'll be your first reaction. So we're gonna go stab, whatever it is. Cool. Don't need that door anymore open. Don't need that door anymore open. Yep, English skills, people. I have them, I swear.
Elisabet. And Travis Tate.
Ooh, boy! I tell you, Liz, what I just done gonna make you love me. I just imagine them far zenith rapscallions opening this fake Giai we made for him. And I thought, what this really needs is a signature.
This isn't a prank, Travis.
I know. All I did was just script a couple of avatars. A little you, a little me. To deliver our message of doom, real personal-like.
Would you just send it?
As soon as it's done compiling, then you and me should celebrate. I brought party fixins, pizza rolls, absinthe, a couple of hacky sacks.
I'm heading back to Bryce as soon as this is done.
Color me confounded, Liz. How is it that someone like you, paragon, damn near saint, could love this world so damn much, but no one in it? I mean, have you ever even had a friend?
Compile complete. Data file, Baron Promise, ready for transmission.
If you would, please.
Logic
Oh,
bombs
damn.
off.
Savage.
Here it comes, far as Z-nuts.
Just keep being the best at what you do, Travis.
Always admire you from afar, Liz. It's where my mama's grave. And she was religious.
Travis was wrong. Elisabet was trying to make sure life had a future. She cared about everyone.
I'm not so sure. The exceptional walk a path of solitude, Aloy. As you and I are well aware of.
As my character arc, I believe in this game is going to lead Aloy to finally realize that that she needs to rely more on her friends. And it does kind of make sense, because given the context of the last game, where Aloy literally did everything, and everyone was asking her for help, and she did help them, along with her growing up an outcast, it would make sense for her to develop the complex that she has to do everything on her own. You know, even though she obviously doesn't. Okay. Can I gather what's in that crate real quick? Hey, Aloy, I think there are some real feelings and emotions we should be feeling right now with you realizing your character development, so we can get that over with. And come on, leaps and bounds. We do them fast and we do them quick. Don't even think about it.
I can't make that jump.
But
if I glide...
Oh, right.
Here I come.
It's good to also remember what we can do. Lord knows I've forgotten it 10 times what I can do with the ride. Yep. Ah, fuck! Okay. Hey, by chance are you not gonna make me do all that shit again? By chance? No? Ah, fuck. Always remember to drop ladders, people. Always. Yeah, yep.
There's more of the facility over there. I better take a look.
Indeed. That's where we're going then. And gonna compromise more of the structure here till it all comes crashing down at some point. Yeah. And lowering this ladder. Actually remembering to do that this time. When we get to a point, another point.
What's in here?
Ooh. Ooh. Audio file.
Balls, dude. How loud is it out there? Outside the noise dampening field? 150 decibels? Well, I guess we got privacy. What's the hap, Trav? You and me go back a ways. But I never saw you cheat no one.
Another locked door.
Why start with far zenith?
I was gonna tell you about it. They get a copy of Giai, I get a spot on the Odyssey. But I told them, I said, make it 2 spots, because I'm bringing my friend Trav.
Gosh, Hank. Sounds like the dampening field done slipped. You alright? No? I'm cool. Okay, got a personal field right here, see? Now, I know your ears ain't working so well just now. But see that text transcribing every word I say? Good. While I dial the music out there up to 170 decibels, how about you type in that transmit code? There you go. And that's all of it? Cool. Thank you, Hank. We're done. Security? Hank Shaw is ready for collection. No, he's still breathing. Might want to bring a spatula, though.
Okay, I do believe Travis almost did a murder there.
Maybe my focus can help here. There's data here. From Travis Tate.
That guy. Bad urges. Travis here dug up some old files from Project Gossamer. They're all back before Hades moved in. Ted ain't nearly as thorough as he thinks he thinks. What his little doobies had going here. Woo! And using some naughty bits and pieces from the Ramses project at that. There's the Moldova brain hack, of course, but also up and coming little devils like the know-it-all memer, or my personal favorite, Solvingen 7482. Now that is an apex predator. Assuming control of them TDO bots and arming them with household appliances. Imagine tidying up after that. Gotta admit, it'd be fun to see him hunt in the wild. Give him a taste of a good life before it's lights out. But nah, ain't gonna give it to temptation. Guess that's what I get for hanging around Lizzie. Or maybe I just don't want to lose that sweet Elysium deal. Wait, what? Wait, are these new machines?
This place turned out a lot of malware before Zero Dawn took over.
Or was he just talking about viruses? Because he said roaming out in the wild. I don't know if he meant that, like, figuratively, like in the data system, or if he literally meant, like, machines roaming in the wild, like the corruptors and the deathbringers. Oh
Looks like
boy.
this is connected to the door. It needs a code to open.
Yeah, and I probably should have been paying attention for a code, too.
There we go.
All right, there we go. There we go, indeed. Now we're moving on.
The deal's off, Tilda. Zero Dawn got its ectogenic chambers. Far Zenith needs the Apollo database. There's no reason this incident...
You tried to steal Gaia.
I had nothing to do with it. And you punished those responsible. Your logic bomb has them scrambling to restore vital systems.
I'm really supposed to believe that you knew nothing about this?
Please, Liz. Humanity's chances are slim as is. You may not approve of our plan. But what if we're the only ones to survive? Don't you want us to have Apollo to remember our common past, our mistakes? I'm begging you.
Fine. You'll get your copy of Apollo.
Thank you. Let's speak again before...
Goodbye, Tilda. Time to let go.
Elisabet sounded sad at the end. I think this was personal.
So she did have a friend who betrayed her. Doesn't help with the case of making new friends, but hey, I'm sure Aloy won't have the same experience.
There's the door.
Okay, it's giving me the prompt as if I can grab onto it. Maybe I have to glide first. Okay, there we go. Okay. Just needs a slight little boost. And now.
A rush of air.
Okay. Stab that real quick, and we don't really have anywhere to go, so both. Ow. Okay, I didn't know these were here. I was worried about being flung down and having to do all that platform again, so I wasn't willing to try, and I didn't look around fast enough. Okay. Yeah. Good. Guess we're going here. Fuck!
Data file, Baron Promise, ready for transmission.
Okay, and now glide.
Okay, so much for the flooded maze. I made it.
Okay. Wait, was there a way I could unflood the maze? Will freaking do. Are we actually bringing Gaia back? Is she going to be an important plot point of the game?
It looks like the power's off, except for that console. It's damp in here too. Hope the water hasn't corroded anything I need.
Like the backup. Start looking.
Genetic profile confirmed. Greetings, Dr. Sobeck. Do you wish to activate Recluse Spider?
I do.
Activating.
Oh.
Hey, powering up? That doesn't sound good.
Spider.
It appears to be
Why do you have to call it that?
and very heavy. Be careful.
At least I've got power. And there's data here. Looks like this recluse
thick
spider
and bit
thing is a
metal.
testing apparatus for Gaia and Hades. I'd better take a look at that access panel.
Yes, get to it.
Will do. I just want to collect all the bits and sticks. Because apparently that was also essential to Gaia's making, at least from the context of these things being here. Never questioned that much when diving in these ruins, why there's sticks and bits of metal and all the
I
crates.
think those circular pods are repositories. One loaded with Hades backups, the other with Gaia.
What are you waiting for?
Hades is down, but the Gaia repository is stuck.
So unstick it.
Do I shoot it?
So you haven't damaged it.
Yeah, well, now that it's down, I should be able to access that pod.
That might have been a bit rushed, but hey, it worked. So don't question it. Don't question the logic.
Got one. Two, in fact.
I was starting to get worried.
Data footprint low. 90% memory free.
That can't be right. Gaia was a vast superintelligence. It barely expected it.
Well, what were we doing?
No subordinate functions.
Uh-oh.
Full backup.
No.
Oh,
The
new
seed
collectibles.
from which Gaia's mind could grow if it had sub-functions with which to form a heuristic matrix.
So it's useless?
I'm afraid so. Without sub-function.
Gah!
Aloy, you've done all you could.
For what? Nothing?
Well, I mean, we do have supportive functions. I'm guessing now we're gonna have to cure them, though.
Wait. It's useless without sub-functions, but there are sub-functions out there.
The original ones. Scattered to the winds when Gaia blew herself up. They could be anywhere. You can't find them in time. Even if you did, the mysterious signal mutated them just like Hades. You have no idea.
I do. A good one. If it works.
Overriding them, perhaps?
It was worth it.
Uh-huh. We got a Bing?
You found
Which one, though?
Minerva,
Minerva!
but it won't connect.
It's close.
Which one was Minerva?
Mountains
I
west
should
of
look that up
Plaza.
after it doesn't state it.
Close enough for me to go get it. I was hoping to find all the sub-functions, but one's enough to get started, right?
It is. Recover Minerva. One could use it to launch Gaia's heuristic matrix
When she's conscious, she helps me find the other sub-functions. I go gather them.
and rebuild her piece by piece. Very clever.
Aha!
Still think I can't save the world on my own?
No, because that's the part of this is supposed to be the character arc for you. You're supposed to realize that you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't.
Alert! Intruders! Alert!
Aloy, I need you to listen closely. These
Oh,
intruders
no.
want the same thing you do. Gaia reborn. It's why they're here.
Friends of yours?
No. They don't know me. The data pulse I transmitted indicated that a Gaia backup could be recovered here was anonymous. Now, they're very powerful, but they won't harm you. Not when they see who you are, what you are. A clone of Elisabet Sobeck, a genetic key with which they can reboot Gaia and rebuild the system. They need you.
I warned you, Sylens.
For once, Aloy, submit to the inevitable. Open the hatch.
First I rebuild Gaia, save life on Earth, then I track you down and end yours!
I'm trying to help you here.
No focus. Oh.
Spy on me with that. There. No focus, spyware free.
Okay.
Think.
Are you sure, Aloy? Because Silence has been focusing on mastering these things.
I don't care how
Well, then I guess
powerful they are,
maybe
the
you
only
have
thing
in
that
your
can
spare
open that
time.
hatch is me. Question is, can I find another way out?
Through the roof?
There's a current in the water. Not much, but maybe it's a way out.
Oh, we're going underwater.
Genetic profile confirmed.
Entry authorized.
What?
Greetings, Dr. Sobeck. Please
What?
step inside.
Excuse me?
Looks promising.